Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going over these Echo 93 flash hiders that you see right here. We have this one as well as the closed one. We'll be going over both of them, do some night shooting, talk about the features of them, what I think of them overall, and that'll pretty much be it. But for now, we'll try to make that steel ring a couple more times. We have the closed-ended brake on there now. We'll see how it does. Same ammo, same gun, same everything. Now that you've seen the muzzle flash, let's get into these actual flash hiders themselves. So first off, both of them are made of 4140 steel with a black oxide finish. Both of them have multiple detents all the way around, which is really good. That way you get tight indexing on your rifles. I'm definitely a fan of the more detents the better in my opinion, so that's a good thing. Of note though, one thing that you're going to find that's sort of interesting I found through my experience is that due to the way the detents are actually shaped, and the fact that it's not totally flat where it comes, let me give you an example here. If you take a look here at your standard slant brake, you'll see right where that detent ends, it's actually totally flat, whereas here there's sort of a rounded edge that comes out to it. On Veprs and the C39 rifles, it's going to look like what you see right here where there's a little bit of a gap there and it's not quite flush. That's due to the way those threads are actually designed. It has nothing to do with the actual flash hider itself. It's not like this flash hider doesn't fit there. It works just fine. But the way the rifles, those two rifles, the C39s and the Veprs are, it's not quite flush like it would be. So just kind of an interesting note there. But on your Wassers, you take a look here at the picture, Wasser, the majority of your Polish AKs, actually any of your factory AKs besides the Veprs and the C39, you're going to see it fits flush and fits just fine. So just an interesting little side note, something I discovered there. Anyway, getting back into these two flash hiders. This one here is the AKML-C, 14 millimeter threading. And it's basically a US version of the AKML flash suppressor that a lot of folks are familiar with. That's been used on European rifles, particularly Polish rifles, over the years, and it works just fine in the military application. As you guys saw there, though, it has a little bit more flash, and that's due to the closed end design of it. However, it actually helps with muzzle rise a little bit more than the open-ended one. So it's kind of pick your poison like a lot of things. But the open-ended one here, which is the AK3P, does an excellent job of hiding flash, as you'd expect just from the design. I've tested a lot of flash hiders over the years here on the channel, and just looking at them, I can generally tell you how they're going to do. And when I saw this one, I knew it was going to do really well, and it certainly did well. Here's how they stack up size-wise. I mentioned earlier they're 2.5 inches long, so they're a little bit shorter than your AK-74 style brake, but almost double what you get here with your slant brake. In terms of weight, we'll see how those actually stack up here. First up, we have the closed-end one. You can see there it comes in right just under 2.5 ounces. And here for the AK3P, the open end, it's going to be a little bit heavier because those prongs are a little bit thicker. And just for comparison sakes, that's the K-bar brake, AK-74 style, and then your slant muzzle device. In the end, both of these flash suppressors are quality products. They're well made. They have very little to no machine marks at all. I suppose if you really looked inside, you can see very tiny ones on the inside of them. Who the heck's looking on the inside of a flash hider? But they're very well made. Obviously, the 4140 steel with the oxide finish is going to hold up well to corrosion. I shot these many times with corrosive ammo. Probably actually the majority of what I shot with these on was corrosive, and wipes right off. and keeps on trucking, so you can't complain about that. In terms of the actual flash suppression, certainly the 3-prong one is going to give you a little more flash suppression. However, if you're just looking for the look of an AKML, definitely you want to look at the AKML-C. It really looks cool. It does give you a little bit of recoil mitigation, like I mentioned earlier, and it's not terrible for flash suppression at all. There's certainly a lot worse out there, but the MSRP on these suckers, I believe, is $42 or $43, something like that. I got mine over at Circle 10 AK. There will be a link in the website if you guys want to go ahead and check that out. But all in all, they work well. They're US compliance parts, so that's another pro for them. And certainly, they look cool. Can't complain about that. If you guys have any questions about this review or test, anything else I didn't cover here on the channel, you can always post below in the comment section. You can also post over at my Facebook page. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video.